Welcome back and thank you for joining this exciting deep dive into one of the most astonishing stories in the world of American coins, a story that goes far beyond pocket change and ordinary currency, and instead enters a realm where rarity, mystery, and numismatic passion collide. Today we are going to explore the fascinating world of the 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin normally worth just a single cent but now discussed with a staggering value of $622 million because of its highly unusual errors, mythical minting conditions, unprecedented anomalies, and the many possibilities collectors whisper about when talking about this one small copper coin that seems to carry the weight of something far beyond its humble origins. Before we go deeper, welcome again and feel free to sit back as we take a journey through history, speculation, rarity, and the unexpected twists that could elevate even an everyday penny into something truly extraordinary. The story of the 1981 Lincoln penny begins like any ordinary minting year at the Denver Mint. Millions of coins were produced with the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, continuing a design tradition that had already run for decades. For most people, the 1981 penny was nothing more than everyday currency, tossed into jars, drawers, pockets, and vending machines. It was one of the last full years before the major metallic composition change that would take effect in 1982, when the United States Mint shifted from copper to a copper-plated zinc composition. This alone gives the 1981 coins a certain nostalgic charm, being among the final generations of true copper pennies. But the version we are exploring today is not simply a copper penny. It is something far more complicated, more intriguing, and more valuable, shaped by theories, errors, and mysteries that have elevated it from pocket change to numismatic legend. The idea that a single 1981 penny could be worth $622 million may sound impossible at first, but in the world of rare coins, impossibility often bends under the weight of strange occurrences at the mint, chance misstrikes, unexpected planchet varieties, and the phenomenon of collectors placing astronomical value on anything that breaks the mold of normal minting. The coin at the center of this story is believed to possess a cluster of errors so dramatic and rare that the coin is said to be one of a kind. These errors range from possible double striking, off-metal planchets, ghostly doubling effects, misplaced mint marks, misaligned dies, extreme die wear, and even the possibility that this particular penny was struck during a transition period between die replacements, creating a coin that combines features from different minting processes into one accidental masterpiece. It is the combination of these anomalies, and the mythos that surrounds them, that pushed collectors to speculate an impossible value, one that transforms a 1-cent coin into a piece of treasure beyond imagination. One of the most discussed possibilities behind the extreme value is the idea that the coin was struck on the wrong planchet. In 1981, the United States Mint was using pure copper planchets for pennies, but other coins were being minted at the same time, including dimes, nickel alloys, and even leftover experimental planchets from prior years. On extremely rare occasions, a copper-bronze planchet or an unexpected leftover from a different denomination could find its way into the process. Coins struck on dime planchets or foreign planchets have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auctions, and even these cannot compare with the mythical rarity of a penny struck on a planchet not meant for circulation or not meant for that denomination. Some believe this 1981 penny may have been struck on a transitional or foreign alloy, giving it a weight not matching any official U.S. Mint specifications from that year. The theories range from a leftover foreign coin blank to a prototype alloy used briefly and quietly during mint testing. Whether true or not, this possibility alone has captured the imagination of many collectors, but rare planchets are only the beginning. The coin is said to display dramatic doubling across Lincoln's profile, especially around the date, the jawline, the motto, and the letters of liberty. Such doubling could result from die deterioration, hub doubling, mechanical doubling, or even a rare improbable moment when two separate impressions overlapped in a perfectly misaligned but visually stunning way that created a layered effect resembling early double die varieties. When collectors think of doubling, they think of the famous 1955 and 1972 double die cents, coins that have fetched enormous sums due to their unmistakable doubled lettering and profile features. A double die effect on a 1981 coin, especially if exaggerated, dramatic, and non-reproducible, could elevate the coin to legendary status. Some believe the doubling on this coin is not typical mechanical doubling but instead a deeper structural anomaly where the coin's design seems to echo itself in an ethereal ghost-like second image, something far rarer than typical machine doubling and far more visually striking. The mint mark, an innocent-looking little letter D on the obverse of the coin, is another part of the story. Mint mark oddities have been at the center of some of the rarest and most expensive coins in U.S. history, including overpunched mint marks, repunched mint marks, misplaced mint marks, and mint marks accidentally struck in unusual ways. If the 1981 D penny displays a mint mark repunched not once but multiple times, or shifted in a way that suggests it was added under unusual conditions, collectors would take immediate interest. Some theorists claim this particular specimen exhibits strong repunching, showing faint shadows of an earlier mint mark impression beneath or beside the main D. Others believe the mint mark may have been applied from a different die entirely, creating a hybrid anomaly. Mint mark errors are among the most exciting and unpredictable in numismatics, and the possibility of a triple punched or sideways punched D adds yet another layer of rarity to this extraordinary piece. Another contributing factor to the immense speculative value is the possibility of an off-center strike or an alignment error so subtle that it appears normal at first glance but reveals its strangeness under careful magnification. Many rare coins show dramatic off-center strikes where part of the design is missing or shifted to one side, but an extreme off-center error is usually obvious. What makes this coin intriguing is the suggestion that its alignment errors are delicate, strange, and almost invisible to the untrained eye. For example, the reverse memorial building may be shifted by a fraction so small that it takes precision measurement to detect, yet enough to make the coin an anomaly when compared to minting standards. A misaligned die can create distortions in the letters of United States of America or faint stretching in the 1-cent text, and collectors who specialize in die alignment errors consider these among the most exciting anomalies. When such subtle errors combine with other dramatic anomalies, the rarity multiplies exponentially. There is also speculation that the surfaces of the coin exhibit a layered texture different from the smooth, even finish typical of 1981 D cents. Some theorize that it may have been struck by a deteriorating die, causing odd ripples, cracks, and grainy textures across the fields and devices. Die deterioration usually lowers a coin's value, but in extremely rare cases, when the deterioration combines with major misstrikes or other errors, the resulting coin becomes a once-in-a-lifetime curiosity. Others believe the coin may display die cracks that appear like lightning bolts across the surface. Die cracks are fractures in the mint dies that leave raised lines on the coins, and some collectors consider dramatic die cracks extremely valuable, especially when combined with other anomalies. The historical timing of the coin also plays a part in its mythical value. The early 1980s were a changing era for U.S. coinage, with rising metal costs forcing the mint to prepare for major composition adjustments. While the official change did not occur until 1982, some believe the experimentation began earlier than publicly documented. It is possible that alloy tests, die tests, or planchet experiments were briefly conducted in 1981, and that one of these experimental outcomes inadvertently made its way into circulation. If such a coin exists, it becomes not just a rare mint error but a relic of a secretive moment in mint history. Anything tied to transition years, experiment years, or undocumented tests becomes enormously valuable to collectors who thrive on uncovering hidden chapters of mint operations. Another reason this coin is believed to command such a staggering imaginary value is its condition. The theories surrounding this coin describe it as being in an astonishing, nearly flawless state despite being several decades old. The idea of a coin possessing multiple major errors while simultaneously surviving in pristine grade is almost impossible, which adds to its mythic status. Most error coins suffer from rough handling or early circulation, which immediately reduces their condition. My dears, again thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, where ordinary pieces of currency transform into extraordinary treasures, captivating collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike. Now we are diving deep into the story of the 1985 Lincoln penny, also known as the 1985 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that, under ordinary circumstances, might barely be worth its face value. But what if I told you that this seemingly everyday penny has been valued at a staggering $617,000 million due to a combination of extraordinary errors, minting anomalies, misaligned dies, mint mark oddities, and the countless possibilities that make it one of the most discussed coins in modern numismatic circles? In this video, we will explore every detail, every possible error, and every reason why this coin, a simple copper penny, could be considered a treasure beyond imagination. The year 1985 may not immediately strike you as a landmark year in U.S. coinage history. The Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint were producing pennies in large volumes, millions upon millions of coins intended for everyday use. The Lincoln Memorial design was well established, with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design dating back to 1959. Most pennies of this era passed through the hands of the public without a second glance, cast into jars, stored in drawers, or used for small everyday transactions. But the 1985 Lincoln penny that we are examining today is far from ordinary. It is said to possess a series of anomalies so dramatic and unique that it has inspired collectors to imagine a value of $617,000 million, a number so vast it challenges the limits of comprehension. These anomalies range from minting errors, misaligned dies, off-metal strikes, and unusual mint mark characteristics to possibilities so rare they border on the impossible point. One of the most striking aspects of this coin is its potential for planchet errors. Planchets are the blank metal discs used for striking coins, and in 1985, pennies were primarily made from a copper-plated zinc alloy. However, on extremely rare occasions, a penny might be struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or even from a leftover experimental alloy. Some collectors speculate that this particular 1985 penny may have been struck on a transitional or experimental planchet, giving it a slightly different weight or composition from typical pennies of the era. These types of anomalies can be incredibly rare, and when combined with other errors, they can drastically increase a coin's value in the eyes of collectors who specialize in minting mistakes and unusual varieties. Mint mark anomalies are another key factor contributing to this coin's legendary status. The Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark, produced millions of pennies each year. Occasionally, mint marks are struck incorrectly, off-center, doubled, repunched, or misaligned. In some rare cases, coins have appeared with mint marks placed in entirely unexpected locations, or with ghostly shadows of previous impressions visible underneath the main mint mark. The 1985 Lincoln penny is believed to display one or more of these extraordinary mint mark characteristics, making it instantly recognizable to serious numismatists. A misaligned or repunched mint mark adds a layer of rarity, especially when it coincides with other errors on the same coin. Doubling is another phenomenon that could elevate this coin's value to nearly unimaginable levels. Doubling occurs when a coin is struck more than once, either partially or completely, creating a duplicated image of the design elements. On the 1985 Lincoln penny, collectors report the presence of subtle or dramatic doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, and even the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. Such doubling might resemble the famous double die varieties of earlier years, such as the 1955 or 1972 Lincoln cents, but in the case of this coin, it is described as being so unique and visually striking that it defies conventional categorization. This ghost-like doubling effect may not be fully visible to the untrained eye, yet it could represent a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly with historical significance. Another possible anomaly is the coin's die alignment and centering. The 1985 penny may have been struck slightly off-center, creating a coin where the design elements are not perfectly aligned with the rim. While off-center strikes are not uncommon, what makes this particular coin extraordinary is the delicate degree of misalignment, combined with the other errors. The reverse, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, may be subtly rotated relative to the obverse, creating a fascinating visual distortion that adds to the coin's uniqueness. Small variations in alignment can create unusual stretching or compression of design features, such as the columns of the memorial, the statue of Lincoln inside, or even the lettering around the edge. Collectors prize these subtle anomalies, especially when combined with other rare errors. Surface anomalies also play a significant role in the value of this coin. Coins can display die cracks, die chips, cuds, or unusual textures resulting from deteriorating dies or contamination during striking. The 1985 Lincoln penny is believed to display one or more of these features, giving the coin a layered, textured appearance that distinguishes it from ordinary circulation pennies. Die cracks, in particular, can appear as raised lines on the surface, often resembling lightning bolts or intricate patterns, and can dramatically increase a coin's appeal to collectors. When these anomalies coincide with mint mark or doubling errors, the overall rarity and desirability of the coin rise exponentially. The historical context of the coin's production adds another layer of intrigue. The mid-1980s were a period of transition for the United States Mint. While the major composition change from copper to zinc had already occurred in 1982, the Mint continued to experiment with striking methods, die preparation, and planchet quality. Some collectors speculate that certain coins from this period, including the 1985 Lincoln penny, may have been struck during testing periods or using experimental techniques, resulting in unusual or unique anomalies. Such coins capture the imagination because they represent a hidden chapter of mint history, one not fully documented or publicly recognized at the time. Condition is another critical factor in the coin's hypothetical valuation. While most error coins suffer from circulation wear or damage, the 1985 Lincoln penny is described as being in near-perfect condition, preserving its anomalies in pristine form. The combination of dramatic minting errors with a gem-quality surface is extraordinarily rare. If the coin exists in such a state, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime find, highly coveted by collectors and numismatists who specialize in error coins. Condition, when combined with rarity and uniqueness, significantly amplifies a coin's perceived value, explaining why some collectors imagine a price as astronomical as $617,000 million. The reverse of the coin offers additional possibilities for unique features. The Lincoln Memorial, while small in scale, contains a remarkable amount of detail, including the statue of Lincoln, the steps, and the intricate lines of the columns. Anomalies such as doubling, die rotation, or partial strikes on the reverse can create visually striking effects that enhance the coin's desirability. Some collectors report subtle distortions in the memorial structure, which may indicate misalignment or other striking errors. Such anomalies, when combined with those on the obverse, create a coin of unparalleled complexity and intrigue. Strike-through errors, where a foreign object becomes trapped between the die and planchet, may also contribute to the coin's legendary status. These errors can create raised, distorted areas on the coin's surface, producing patterns and textures unlike any other. Possible strike-through materials include grease, wire, or small metal fragments, each leaving a unique imprint. If the 1985 Lincoln penny exhibits such strike-through anomalies, it further enhances the coin's perceived rarity and value. The story of this coin extends beyond physical anomalies to the realm of collector mythology. Stories of its discovery, its survival through decades of circulation, and its eventual recognition as a one-of-a-kind coin contribute to its legendary status. Such narratives play a crucial role in shaping perceived value, as collectors are often willing to assign extraordinary significance to coins with compelling histories or mysterious origins. The 1985 Lincoln penny, whether real or hypothetical in its most extreme valuation, embodies this blend of tangible anomalies and captivating storytelling. Hybrid dies, another possible feature, may have been involved in the coin's creation. Hybrid dies occur when elements from different dies are combined, either intentionally or accidentally, during the minting process. Such coins are extremely rare, and when combined with other anomalies, they can create effects that defy conventional classification. The 1985 Lincoln penny is believed to exhibit characteristics that suggest the presence of hybrid die features, adding yet another layer of uniqueness to its profile. Beyond technical errors, collectors are drawn to the symbolic and historical significance of the Lincoln penny itself. My great viewers, now let's go to another exciting journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, where ordinary pieces of currency can transform into extraordinary treasures. We are diving deep into the story of the 1986 Lincoln penny, also known as the 1986 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that under ordinary circumstances might barely be worth its face value. However, this particular coin has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists worldwide due to its extraordinary errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and unique characteristics, earning it a hypothetical value of $616,000 million, a staggering difference from its original denomination. In this video, we will explore every detail, every error, and every possibility that contributes to the coin's immense value and intrigue. The 1986 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint, with the obverse featuring the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln and the reverse displaying the Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been in use since 1959. At first glance, the coin seems ordinary, blending seamlessly with millions of others produced that year. However, this coin is far from ordinary. Its value is derived from an extraordinary combination of factors that make it one of the most sought-after coins for collectors. These include minting errors, misaligned dies, double dies, die cracks, unusual planchet variations, mint mark oddities, and numerous other anomalies that create a coin that is truly one-of-a-kind. One of the most notable features of this coin is the possibility of planchet errors. Planchets are the blank discs of metal used for striking coins, and in 1986, pennies were primarily composed of a copper-plated zinc alloy. Rarely, a penny might be struck on an incorrect planchet, a leftover experimental alloy, or a planchet intended for another denomination. These rare variations can significantly enhance a coin's value. For the 1986 Lincoln penny, collectors have noted that some examples may exhibit slight differences in weight, thickness, or composition, hinting at the use of unusual planchets. These anomalies are particularly rare when combined with other errors, creating a coin that is not only historically significant but also virtually unparalleled in its rarity. Mint mark errors also play a critical role in the value of this coin. The Denver Mint, identified by a small d mint mark, produced millions of pennies in 1986. Occasionally, mint marks can be off-center, repunched, doubled, or struck in unexpected locations. These mint mark anomalies are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and often visually striking. In some cases, a ghost impression of a previous mint mark can be seen beneath the current one, adding an extra layer of uniqueness. The 1986 Lincoln penny is believed to feature one or more of these extraordinary mint mark anomalies, making it instantly recognizable and highly desirable among collectors of rare coins. Double dies represent another major contributor to this coin's value. Doubling occurs when a coin is struck more than once, causing a duplication of the design elements, which can appear as ghost-like images on the obverse or reverse. On the 1986 Lincoln penny, doubling may be visible on Lincoln's profile, the date, or even the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. These doubled features can vary from subtle to dramatic, adding a striking visual effect that makes the coin even more remarkable. Such doubling, especially when unique and distinct, can drastically increase the coin's value and rarity. Another potential anomaly involves the coin's die alignment and centering. Some 1986 pennies may have been struck slightly off-center, producing a coin where the design is not perfectly aligned with the rim. While off-center strikes are not uncommon, this particular coin is described as having a degree of misalignment combined with other errors, making it exceptionally rare. The reverse, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, may be slightly rotated relative to the obverse, creating subtle distortions in the columns, steps, and Lincoln statue within the memorial. Such misalignments are prized by collectors for their rarity and the unique visual effect they create. Surface anomalies, including die cracks, cuds, and other irregularities, also contribute to the coin's value. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin's surface, often forming intricate patterns or lightning-like shapes. Cuds, small raised areas caused by broken die sections, add additional layers of texture and uniqueness. The 1986 Lincoln penny is believed to display one or more of these surface anomalies, further distinguishing it from standard circulation coins. Collectors prize these subtle and sometimes dramatic imperfections because they reveal the coin's production history and the rare circumstances under which it was struck. The historical context of the coin adds another layer of intrigue. The mid-1980s were a period of experimentation for the U.S. Mint. Though the composition of pennies had stabilized following the transition from copper to zinc in 1982, minting practices continued to evolve, and unusual or experimental techniques were sometimes employed. It is speculated that certain 1986 pennies, including the one in question, may have been struck during testing periods or with unique die preparations, leading to the extraordinary anomalies we observe today. Coins from this era that exhibit unusual characteristics are highly prized because they provide a glimpse into the mint's hidden history. Condition is another critical factor influencing the coin's perceived value. While most era coins show wear or damage due to circulation, the 1986 Lincoln penny is described as being in near-perfect condition. This means the coin's errors and anomalies are preserved in pristine form, making it exceedingly rare. The combination of unique minting errors and exceptional condition can transform an ordinary penny into a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. Collectors seeking coins that represent the pinnacle of rarity and condition would find this penny to be of exceptional interest. The reverse of the coin, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, also offers possibilities for unique anomalies. The memorial contains a remarkable amount of detail, including the statue of Lincoln, the steps, and the intricately carved columns. Errors on the reverse, such as doubling, partial strikes, or die misalignment, can create unusual visual effects. Some collectors report subtle distortions in the structure of the memorial, indicating rare die or striking anomalies. Such errors enhance the coin's uniqueness, particularly when they coincide with anomalies on the obverse, strike-through errors, where foreign objects become trapped between the die and planchet during striking, may also be present on the 1986 Lincoln penny. These errors can create raised, distorted areas on the surface, producing patterns and textures that are entirely unique. Possible strike-through materials include wire fragments, grease, or small pieces of metal, each leaving a distinctive imprint. If this coin exhibits strike-through anomalies, it further elevates its rarity and appeal, offering yet another reason for its extraordinary valuation. The 1986 Lincoln penny's appeal extends beyond physical anomalies to include collector mythology and historical narrative. Stories of its discovery, survival through decades of circulation, and recognition as a one-of-a-kind coin contribute to its legendary status. Such narratives play a crucial role in shaping perceived value, as collectors often assign extraordinary significance to coins with compelling histories or mysterious origins. The combination of tangible errors and engaging backstory is what truly elevates the 1986 Lincoln penny to legendary status. Hybrid dies may have contributed to the coin's unique characteristics. Hybrid dies occur when elements from different dies are combined, either intentionally or accidentally, during the minting process. Coins struck from hybrid dies are exceptionally rare, and their unusual features are highly prized by collectors. The 1986 Lincoln penny is believed to display characteristics consistent with hybrid die usage, further adding to its complexity and uniqueness. Microscopic anomalies also play a role in the coin's value. Tiny die chips, planchet imperfections, or subtle variations in striking pressure can produce features visible only under magnification. These details, while often invisible to the naked eye, can reveal additional evidence of rarity and uniqueness. Collectors and researchers frequently examine coins under high magnification to uncover these hidden characteristics, contributing to the ongoing fascination with the 1986 Lincoln penny. The coin's condition, combined with its rare anomalies, ensures that it remains a focal point of discussion among numismatists and collectors. Online forums, coin clubs, and specialized publications frequently feature discussions about the coin's unique characteristics, its possible origins, and the implications of its errors. Collectors continually search for evidence of unusual die states, mint mark anomalies, planchet variations, and other rare features that may further enhance the coin's value and historical significance. Even though its hypothetical value of $616,000 million is extraordinary and unlikely to be realized in practice, the 1986 Lincoln penny remains an iconic symbol of rarity and numismatic fascination. My great history lovers, we are exploring the fascinating story of the 1990 Lincoln penny, also referred to as the 1990 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, barely worth its face value. But when we consider the unique errors, minting anomalies, misaligned dies, and rare mint mark oddities that can occur in pennies from this era, this coin's value skyrockets, reaching a hypothetical estimate of $611,000 million, an astronomical figure that highlights the extraordinary nature of numismatic rarities. In this video, we will dive deep into every possible detail, error, and scenario that makes the 1990 Lincoln penny so fascinating and potentially valuable. The 1990 Lincoln penny was struck primarily at the Denver Mint, with some also produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The obverse features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, and the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in use since 1959. The 1990 Lincoln penny appears similar to the millions of other pennies struck that year, yet it is the rare combination of errors and anomalies that elevates it to legendary status among collectors. While most pennies circulate for years with little notice, a coin like this one, with potential minting errors and unique characteristics, becomes a collector's dream. Its value is determined by a complex interplay of minting mistakes, planchet variations, die errors, mint mark anomalies, and other rare features that collectively create a coin of exceptional interest. One of the most striking features of this coin is the possibility of planchet errors. Planchets are the blank discs of metal used to strike coins, and in 1990, pennies were primarily composed of a copper-plated zinc alloy. Occasionally, a penny could be struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, a leftover experimental alloy, or a miscut planchet. Such errors are extremely rare, and when combined with other anomalies, they can increase a coin's value exponentially. In the case of the 1990 Lincoln penny, collectors have speculated that certain examples may have slight variations in weight, thickness, or composition, indicating that they were struck on unusual or experimental planchets. These anomalies are significant because they provide insight into the minting process while also creating a coin of exceptional rarity and potential value. Mint mark anomalies are another key factor in the coin's uniqueness. The Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, produced millions of pennies in 1990. Occasionally, mint marks are misaligned, doubled, off-center, or even repunched. In some instances, ghost impressions of previous mint marks are visible underneath the main mark, adding an extra layer of rarity. The 1990 Lincoln penny is believed to exhibit one or more of these extraordinary mint mark anomalies, making it immediately recognizable to serious numismatists. Such anomalies can dramatically affect a coin's value, especially when combined with other minting errors. Doubled dies are another major contributor to the coin's potential value. Doubling occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing a duplicated image of the design elements. On the 1990 Lincoln penny, doubling might appear on Lincoln's profile, the date, or even the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. This doubling can range from subtle ghosting to dramatic duplication, creating a striking visual effect that immediately captures attention. Coins exhibiting unique or pronounced doubling are highly sought after by collectors, and when combined with other rare features, can create a coin of extraordinary value. Die alignment and centering anomalies also contribute significantly to the coin's rarity. Some 1990 pennies may have been struck slightly off-center, causing the design elements to be misaligned with the coin's rim. While off-center strikes are not uncommon, the combination of misalignment with other anomalies on this penny makes it exceptionally rare. For instance, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse might be subtly rotated relative to the obverse, creating unusual distortions in the columns, steps, and Lincoln statue. Such misalignments are highly prized among collectors, as they offer a glimpse into the minting process and create visually unique coins. Surface anomalies further enhance the coin's allure. Coins can exhibit die cracks, die chips, cuds, or unusual textures resulting from deteriorating dies or striking irregularities. The 1990 Lincoln penny is believed to show one or more of these surface anomalies, which create a distinct appearance that differentiates it from ordinary circulation coins. Die cracks, for instance, appear as raised lines across the surface, sometimes forming intricate patterns resembling lightning bolts. Cuds, raised areas resulting from broken dies, add additional texture and uniqueness. Collectors prize these anomalies for their ability to reveal details about the coin's production and to enhance the coin's overall rarity. Historical context adds yet another layer to the coin's intrigue. The late 1980s and early 1990s were a period of ongoing refinement in U.S. mint operations. While the transition from pure copper to copper-plated zinc had occurred in 1982, minting techniques continued to evolve, and some coins may have been struck under experimental conditions or with unique die preparations. The 1990 Lincoln penny, particularly those with minting errors or unusual characteristics, may represent remnants of these experimental periods. Coins from this era with unique anomalies provide collectors with insight into the mint's operations and offer a tangible link to a specific moment in numismatic history. The condition of the coin is critical in evaluating its value. While many error coins are found in worn or damaged condition, the 1990 Lincoln penny is described as being in near perfect state, preserving all of its anomalies intact. The combination of minting errors with pristine condition creates a coin of extraordinary rarity, one that collectors covet for its potential to represent the ultimate example of its kind. High-grade error coins often command exceptional prices because they combine rarity, visual appeal, and historical significance. The reverse of the coin also offers possibilities for unique anomalies. The Lincoln Memorial, while small, contains a remarkable level of detail, including the statue of Lincoln, the steps, and the intricately designed columns. Errors on the reverse, such as doubling, partial strikes, or die misalignment, can create unusual visual effects that enhance the coin's uniqueness. Some collectors have observed subtle distortions in the memorial structure on rare 1990 pennies, suggesting possible misalignment or other striking anomalies. Such anomalies, especially when paired with errors on the obverse, make the coin even more rare and valuable. Strike-through errors may also be present, where foreign objects become trapped between the die and planchet during striking. These errors can produce raised, distorted patterns on the coin, creating effects that are visually striking and unique. Common strike-through materials include wire fragments, grease, or small bits of metal, each leaving a distinct mark. If the 1990 Lincoln penny exhibits strike-through errors, it further elevates its rarity and collector appeal. The coin's appeal extends beyond physical anomalies to its collector mythology. Stories of discovery, survival, and recognition as a rare coin contribute significantly to its perceived value. Collectors often assign extraordinary significance to coins with compelling histories or mysterious origins. The 1990 Lincoln penny's combination of rare errors, pristine condition, and possible unusual planchet characteristics creates a coin that is the subject of fascination and speculation, making it a legend among numismatists. Hybrid dies may have contributed to the coin's unique features. Hybrid dies occur when elements from different dies are combined, intentionally or accidentally, during minting. Coins struck with hybrid dies are exceedingly rare, and their unusual features are highly prized. The 1990 Lincoln penny may exhibit characteristics indicative of hybrid die use, adding yet another layer of complexity and rarity. Microscopic anomalies also play a role in enhancing the coin's uniqueness. Tiny die chips, planchet irregularities, or subtle striking inconsistencies may be visible only under magnification. Collectors often use magnification to uncover these features, revealing additional evidence of rarity and uniqueness. The 1990 Lincoln penny is believed to contain such microscopic anomalies, further elevating its status as a coin of extraordinary interest. Online forums, coin clubs, and numismatic publications continue to fuel discussion about this coin. Collectors share images, theories, and findings, sparking debate over the coin's unique characteristics and hypothetical value. The combination of striking errors, mint mark anomalies, unusual planchet features, and pristine condition ensures that this coin remains a focal point for collectors seeking the ultimate rarity. While the hypothetical value of $611,000 million may seem extreme, it serves to underscore the immense fascination this coin generates. The 1990 Lincoln penny reminds collectors that even the smallest and seemingly ordinary objects can harbor extraordinary stories, anomalies, and value.